This is the Zhiyun Smooth X gimbal, which is specifically for a smartphone. It is not only a gimbal, it's also a selfie stick. Obviously, it's not a professional videographer tool, but it is an excellent tool to shoot behind the scene, especially if you are by yourself. It's also a fun tool to use when you are not at work, like traveling with the family, for example. Welcome to All About Videography. My name is Dor Levi. In this episode, we will go over the Zhiyun Smooth X ins and out. I will also show you how I'm planning on using this gimbal. So this is a 2x stabilization gimbal, and what I mean by that, it stabilizes in the panning, which is right and left, and it stabilizes in the roll. What it does not stabilize is in the up and down movement. Now, the up and down movement is the one that bothers the eye the most. Visually, we're not that bothered by the panning shake. We are more bothered by the up and down shake. So you still need to be careful when you are working with this gimbal if you want to get smooth shots. With that said, most phones today have a stabilizer built in. So for the most part, you should get good results. In the box, you will find a case. In the case, you will find the gimbal itself, a stand that threads to the gimbal, and the USB charging cable. Build quality is made of plastic, but it feels sturdy for what it is. I don't see it breaks unless you force it the wrong way when folding or adjusting the tilt. To unfold the gimbal, rotate the handle 180 degrees counterclockwise, then extend the telescopic stick. Rotate the arm clockwise when the buttons on the handles are facing you. The Smooth X specification says battery runtime max is 5.5 hours and charging time is 3 hours. I did not test the runtime with the stopwatch, but between the standby mode and turn it off when not using it, which I believe this is how most people will use this gimbal, it lasted for the entire day. Like I said before, this gimbal is a lot of fun. It has many modes, and to get the full potential of this gimbal, you will need to use the app. By the way, you have to use the app to register the gimbal, and you should do that right after you unfold the gimbal. Now let's talk about the modes it has. The first mode on the app is the smart mode. There are 5 presets. All you need to do is choose a scene and the gimbal will do the creative part for you. The next mode is the panorama mode. All you need to do is click on the trigger and the gimbal and the app will do the rest. Next 2 modes are the photo and video. In both the video and the photo, there is the follow mode under gesture control. The follow mode can work with gesture by either showing a V gesture or waving to the camera with your palm. Now to use the gesture, just click on the hand symbol at the bottom to turn it on. Another way to use the follow mode is by drawing a square on the phone screen over the person you want to track. Now make sure you turn off the gesture by clicking again on the symbol, on the hand symbol. Tracking with the gesture did a better job than selecting a tracking point on the screen. Also triggering the photo and video with the gesture worked beautiful. The only time it did not work is when wearing a mask and when the background was very bright. So make sure you adjust the exposure by clicking on the screen, and as well make sure you remove your mask when you try to use the gesture. Next, both video and photo modes have the glamour effect. The effect will let you perfect your face to your like. You can slim your face, smooth your skin, brighten it, enlarge your eyes, lighting, and rosy cheeks. The next mode is the time-lapse. In the time-lapse, you can control the interval, duration, and the path. In the path setting, you can select up to 4 points. Now, I was not able to select the roll path. Apparently, you can only choose the panning path points. As a matter of fact, it took me a while to figure out why the path function does not work. It's because every time I tried to use the roll, it just did not work at all. You can also choose the resolution, which is anywhere from 720 to 4K. Next is the hyperlapse mode. In this mode, you have the speed up preset from 5 all the way to 30 times speed up. The last one is the live stream. You will need to have an account with one of the providers for this mode to be usable. All right, let's go over the Smooth X. On top, we have the phone holder, and you can spread the jaw over here to fit all kind of phone sizes. We have the gimbal arm. We have the roll motor. Then we have the pan motor. On the arm, we have a USB-C charging port. On the other side of the arm, we have the power switch, and then we have the battery light indicator. On the handle, we have the joystick, right and left for panning, up and down for rolling. We have the record button, and we have the M button. Zoom button, telescopic stick with 90 degrees joint movement, and a quarter threaded hole for a stand. Going over the buttons, one press on the record button starts recording in the video mode or snapping a picture in the photo mode. 2-click swap between video and photo. 3-click swap between front camera to rear camera. On the M button, 1 click will reset to the default position, which is the center. 2-click swap between landscape mode and portrait mode. 4-click switch to the roll and pan following mode. To get the gimbal into a standby mode, turn the phone counterclockwise. Let's go over some of the gimbal settings. To get to the settings, click on the circle with the 3 dots at the bottom of the screen. Second on the video menu is a grid on-off. Just in case you don't know, a grid helps you compose a shot using the rule of thirds. Next is the white balance. There are 4 presets to select if auto balance does not work for you in specific situations. Next in the video menu is the gesture control, which will allow you to switch between follow plus shoot and a shoot only. When you select shoot only, it means when using gesture, it will only trigger the record button. The gimbal will stay static. Moving to the gimbal menu. Walk and run under the scene menu. Personally, I did not see any difference. And to be honest, I did not expect anything due to the missing third axis stabilization that we talked at the beginning of the video. Next is the follow mode. Here you can switch between pan follow, lock mode, and the roll and following mode. Now, all this can be controlled by the M button. One click on the M button will switch it to the lock mode. Click once again to go back to the default pan follow menu. To get to the roll and panning following mode, you will need to click 4 times on the M button. Now the rest on the gimbal menu are gimbal control buttons customizations, and that sums up the setting on the Smooth X gimbal. In this app, there is an integrated editing software for you to do some basic editing. You can cut, trim, add transition, delete a clip, add stickers and text, and add music. You can choose a ratio for any social media, apply filters, speed up or slow down any clip. You can do some color correction / color grading, and you can change the order of the clips on the timeline. So this app with the Smooth X combination has a lot to offer, and as I said before, it is an excellent tool for the behind the scene when you have a gig. And what I mean behind the scene is with the Smooth X, I could be very creative, much more than a selfie stick, which I used until now. That pretty much covers the review of the Smooth X. If you find this video informative, please click on the like button and consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.